I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I'm already recording. I don't even know what I'm supposed to say. I don't know how to do this shit.
What's up, YouTube?
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be sniffing Mr. Beast's ass. Sorry, Curtis Connor reference if you don't know. So today I thought I'd say a story about the story behind the 7 waves joke. I don't know if you know me from somewhere else, but if you do, you might have heard something about 7 waves. I'm gonna tell that story, but while I tell that story, my friend here is on a call. It's gonna make commentary. I don't know what they want. They want to make commentary. And also while I do that, I'm gonna show off some of my cool Pokemon cards because I have so many of them, and I thought, well, we need to retain someone's attention. So there's a lot of Pikachus in here because I have a Pikachu collection, but it's not all my Pikachus. I have more. You know, maybe someone wants to hear me yap because honestly, I'm pretty funny. Or something.
That's kind of the whole point of the video, bro.
Is to hear me yap? Okay, well, I feel like I'm kind of funny. A little bit, you know? I feel like I'm just dramatic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't doubt yourself, twin.
Thank you. Okay. I gotta pick out a good card to show you guys first. But I'll just say, there was the time when AO3 was down, like last year or something. I don't remember. Time goes by too fast. I'm aging. I'm old, I swear. I'm like an old man. Anyway, time goes by too fast. I can't tell the date. But pretty much, AO3 goes down for like 10 hours. And I'm genuinely in shock because, to be completely frank with you, it's the first time AO3's gone down for me, man. And I've never experienced the amount of agony it feels to lose your fanfic when you have such an addiction to it. Here's my electric card. I don't know if you can't really see it. There's a glare. Frick, I have to figure out how to get that glare to go away. I'll just take them out. But no, so AO3 goes down for freaking 10 hours, and I manage like maybe 6 or 7. Shut up. I'm.
Hey, you made that joke before I did.
I'm telling myself to shut up because it's not. This is my Nimble card. I got this one. It's really cute. I like the dandelions. Yeah. Anyways, so pretty much AO3 goes down, and I have nothing to do, and it's my first time AO3's gone down, so I've never downloaded fics for myself. I've learned my lesson. You know, AO3's going down in a couple days too, so you better download some fics if you don't already have them. Which actually, that reminds me, I should do that. But anyways, AO3 goes down, and I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? And since I was born, I was told to use AO3. I was never one that migrated from Wattpad to AO3. I was like, well, what if I read a Wattpad story? Because, you know, I thought it'd be fine. I'd be like, it'll be fine. It's just so hard to show cards. I needed to figure out a better way to show. I don't even know. This is my Oddish card. I got it from a card store. I don't freaking, guys, you can kind of see it. Dude, the glare is so bad. How do I fix that? I'm gonna look that up.
I can see it too, guys. Yay!
The glare is so bad. I have them in sleeves. That's why the glare is bad.
God.
But anyways, what was I on about? So AO3 goes down. I go on Wattpad, and I am like, all right, let me just go on Wattpad. Maybe it'll entertain me, right? It'll entertain me. I was entertained. That's for fucking sure. Am I allowed to swear? Nobody cares. Sorry guys, I swear. What? Anyways, so Wattpad, I go onto Wattpad, and I literally don't know how to use that shit. Also, Wattpad sucks ball sacks, bro. You have to listen to ads for like stuff that isn't even that good. And it's literally, okay, there's, nothing to the Wattpad girlies. I love you, but like, there's better stuff on AO3, okay? But I do have a Wattpad account. I post on Wattpad sometimes.
You are not online. Wattpad is like they're migrating to AO3.
Yeah, but I'm scared of Wattpadders migrating to AO3 because what if they start posting the bad fics on AO3 and they don't know how to tag? That's the scary thing. Also, the mass reports of Wattpadders thinking they can report AO3 fics for stuff when there's no like restrictions on what you can post. They're just freaking stupid. Anyway.
Okay, quick question. Why do they have the report button on?
They have the report button for plagiarism. So like you can't plagiarize, but if you can literally do anything. It's either for plagiarism or if it happened to have like photos of like an assault or something, like you couldn't just do that. I read the terms of service a long time ago. But anyway, I go into Wattpad and I search Solangelo because I don't know how to find Solangelo, so I just search it. Oh my god. I'm trying to show you my Shuckle card. I got this at a card store. I love this card. Yeah, that's kind of better. So I search Solangelo, and I kind of just pick, like, the first thing that I see. It's, like, the third thing down. I'm like, oh, Solangelo in high school. So, by the way, the Wattpad fic is Solangelo in high school by Calm Before the Storm, if you want to read it. It's a wild ride. That's freaking sure. So, I read the fic, and it starts off how any normal Wattpad fic is, right? With Nico D'Angelo getting brutally beat up. So, gets freaking beat, bro. And then it's like him like going home. It's been so long, but he got like beat up. And then he like went home and was like, oh, the bullies. And then he goes to school the next day on a school bus, and the bullies are on the school bus, and they're like trying to beat him or something, because these bullies are allowed to assault a kid without getting in trouble. I don't know. Every Wattpad fic I've read after that is they infantilize Nico D'Angelo. When we all know Will Solis is a bottom, and Nico D'Angelo is stronger. But anyways, not that Will Solis isn't strong, okay? I'm not dissing my boy Will Solis. Like, if you go to the right here, there's a whole shrine, okay? Maybe I'll show that sometime later. But anyway, I'm talking too much. This is like literally, this is just my ADHD. My ADHD is wild. Anyway, we need to have an anyway counter. Anyway, freaking Sakul, bro. I don't know how to talk. So, Nico goes on the bus, and Nico is like, ugh, no one likes me. I'm always beat up. I'm always just freaking like, ugh. And he's so insecure, you know, like any Nico D'Angelo in a Wattpad story. And so he's just on the bus, and he's like, no one will talk to me. I'm gonna put my headphones in, and I'm gonna listen to Fall Out Boy, which I love Fall Out Boy. I don't know if I can adjust it. Some of my vinyls are up there with Fall Out Boy. I love Fall Out Boy, okay? So I'm like, whoa, you know, it's okay. We're a Fall Out Boy reference, and I was so excited to see that. Here's one from the Detective Pikachu movie. Pikachu. Fall Out Boy, and so I'm like, okay, that's cool. I gotta keep reading because they're doing a Fall Out Boy reference. And I didn't even notice their username, but their username is a reference to a Fall Out Boy song. So, I mean, yeah. So then he sits down, and then there's this new kid who is William Andrew Solis. Should I get little dolls of them and like act them out? I have dolls. Not really dolls. I have little things. One sec.
Oh, you should have prepared for this video.
I prepared enough. I prepared Pokemon cards. Okay. So I'm gonna tape these little things to sticks. This is the best I can do, guys. I'm not made for this. Okay? You can just wait. I'm gonna tape them to pencils. I have tape here. You can watch me craft, okay? So, well, I honestly, the reason why I didn't prepare for this is I didn't have this idea until I was talking, so. Okay. There's this. So we have Will Solis. Don't ask why I have multiple laminated pictures of the worst official art of Will and Nico. It's a thing. Well,
Evidence.
do you want me to tell the story? I could tell the story if you really want. Basically, my ex-girlfriend was really terrified of this photo of Nico, so I printed out and laminated a ton of them and hid them in her stuff and in her house every time I'd come over. And then I was like, well, here we have Nico. I gotta go look at the worst art of my boy Will. So this is Will Solis from the graphic novel, and I did cut off his boner he has, because in the graphic novel he has a boner. I'll put an image in if you want to see the boner. I'll like do a red circle around it and maybe an arrow so you can see. I don't know. You're
I don't
blind.
think they want to see that.
Well, I'll show it anyway. You know, they might want to see. Okay. So, anyways, if someone wait, what should I do with the bully? I should do a little guy with a bully. I'll do a bully. One sec. I might have a bully in here. Oh, let's go. I have a bully.
Oh my god.
All right, I have Dobby the house elf. Dobby the house elf. This is gonna be the bully, okay, in this situation. So, anyways, Nico's walking on the bus. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Nico's walking on the bus, and he's sitting down listening to Fall Out Boy. And the new kid walks in the door, and he goes and he sits right next to Nico. And then his inner monologue is like, "Ugh, what do you mean someone's sitting next to me? I'm such a loser. They wouldn't want to sit next to a loser like me." You know, guys? You like my voices? I'm trying. What?
Classic Nico D'Angelo.
Classic Wattpad Nico D'Angelo. No one will be able to be like a loser like me. So, anyways, they sit on the bus. I keep flipping it my way. They sit on the bus, and Nico's like, nobody likes me. And Will's like, oh, hello, what's your name? I'm trying to make conversation because I'm new here and I don't know. And then Nico's kind of just like, I don't want to talk to you. You don't want to be with a loser like me. But he kind of makes conversation. By the way, this is all based on memory. So if you go and read the fic and the book or whatever Wattpadders, and I got this wrong, it's not my fault. It's been literally a year since I've read this. If this is all wrong, don't go slime me out in the comments, okay? This is my what I believe the fic was like, okay? But there are some parts that are real. I know the vague idea, okay? I know what happens at the end. That was real.
Definitely.
That was real. I didn't make that up, okay? I might be getting some details wrong, but I didn't make that up. Anyways, so Nico's like, no one wants to talk to me, but he kind of makes conversation, and then the bus arrives, and then he leaves. And then, as he's leaving, he probably gets beat up by bullies at school or something. I don't know. And then it's like a couple days or something. They kind of talk. But Nico's like, I can't let Will know I'm getting beat up or something. And so then, but one time, Nico's going into the bathroom. And he's in the bathroom. And then he's just going to the bathroom. And then a bully comes. And he's like, fuck you, you F-slur. Fuck you, and just starts beating the shit out of Nico and slamming him against the tile. This is very gruesome, and the amount of times that literally the F slur was in the first sentence of the fic, by the way. Just so you know. So then he's beating Nico, and then Will walks in the bathroom and is like, oh my god, what the heck? So then he's like, get away! And then the bully goes away. I don't know. Then Will Solis and Nico go to Will Solis's house. Let me get Will Solis's house. So, they go to Will Solis's house, and they enter in the house, and now they're in the house. I'm just gonna set that. You can't see that anymore, but I just want to show off my beautiful artistic skills. So, they go into Will Solis's house, and Will is sitting on the counter, like Nico's sitting on the counter, and Will's tending to his wounds. Wait, how do I do it? Tend to the wounds. So, they're tending to the wounds, and then they do something. I think that's when they get together. I don't know. I don't recall. But I think while they're tending to the wounds, they kiss. Oh my god. Ah! And then Nico's like, we have to keep this a secret. Everyone at school is so homophobic. And Will's like, okay. Alright.
So not so hard.
Then they go on their escapades where they're dating and they're having fun, but they're also at school. And in their escapades, they watch. What is that one? Oh my god, I forgot. What are their names? It's the two guys that everyone shipped together. Guys, if you guess who I'm saying and who I'm talking about in the comments. Because I'm not gonna look this up and put in a picture. I feel like this is for engagement, right? Put your guesses in the comments, but it's two guys. And everyone was like, they're dating, they're both gay. They're dating. And then they just came out recently with a thing like, yeah, we've been dating this whole time. Which obviously, because they live together and they do videos together all the time. But I watched their date everything video. You should know what I'm talking about. They just came out with their dating. There's pictures of the black-haired dude in cat ears or something. If you shut up, you spoiled it. I'm believing that. I'm believing that.
I was making my guess.
I'm believing what you said because you did get it right. We need to not have it say in the video because we need to get engagement by people commenting their ideas. And
you can bleep out my.
I'm gonna bleep out your answer. That's what I'm gonna do. And then if you guess the right answer, I'll heart your comment, okay guys? You can get acknowledgement from me. It's okay, I'll respond to your comments if there's not a lot.
Yeah, but you can get acknowledgement from the awesomest person ever.
Yes, I'm so awesome,
I'll
guys. Trust.
Trust. I'm the awesomest person.
You're gonna reply?
Yeah, totally. I don't even remember what your comments.
Anyways, we're going back to the story. So now, I don't remember what happened, but I know they're watching. I'm beeping that in the bedroom, and that's when I started watching them. I was like, bro, these guys are so funny. I watched them a little bit. So then, anyways, they're watching that, and then Nico's rich father is like, I got you tickets to the Fall Out Boy concert, and Nico's like. And then Will's dad is like, I got you tickets to the Fall Out Boy concert, 2 of them. And then Will's like, and then they're like, go to the Fall Out Boy concert with me. And they end up going to the Fall Out Boy concert together. But one of them had Fall Out Boy tickets for backstage passes to meet the Fall Out Boys. So they go to the Fall Out Boy concert and get backstage passes to meet the Fall Out Boys. And the Fall Out Boys go, hey Nico, hey Will, I know you. My name is Patrick Stump. And I'm Pete Wentz. I don't remember the other people. Do you want to pick a song? Shut the freaksicle up. Do you want to pick a song? And they're like, yeah, we both really enjoy Twin Skeletons, parentheses, Hotel in New York City, by Fall Out Boy. And to be completely frank with you, I've never heard that song before in my life. I'm a big Fall Out Boy fan. I've been to 3 concerts. I've never heard that song in my life. So I go look it up as I'm reading this fic, because I'm like, I gotta hear what this freaking song is. And it goes, I don't want to get copyright claimed, so I'm gonna make my artistic rendition of the song. It goes, there's a room in a hotel in New York City, sleeping I don't want to remember it all, the promise that we made, we just hold on.
I don't know this person. Who is this?
What?
I don't know this person.
Okay, well, catch me on Spotify. I'm gonna release my own cover of it.
Yeah, I'm not in contact with this person, so if you see me in the comments, I'm not talking. We are friends.
What? You're so mean. One of my cards fell off. Oh, I'm supposed to be showing off cards. Well, I'll show off this one. This is my first partner's score bunny. I love these cards. Alright, anyways. So, that's the song. I'm like, what the freaksicle? I've never heard this Fall Out Boy song before. It's pretty weird. And it's like, I mean, okay, I've grown to love it because of this story, and it's really funny. But I was just like, okay, this is fine. So, the Fall Out Boys, they go to their concert. Whee! And the Fall Out Boys play the hotel in New York City. Now, I don't know much about concerts, but I think that they need to prepare beforehand, and they can't just spontaneously pick a song 30 minutes before the concert starts. I just don't think that would work. But if it would, okay. So they enjoy, they're like, oh my god, we love that concert. It was so cool.
On their houses.
So now, they're in the lunchroom, okay, at school. And they're sitting down, and they're sitting down, and they're sitting down. And Bully comes in and is like, oh, you two must be dating. This is what I should do. I should just reenact fanfics, but with like dolls, bro. You think that would get views?
Yeah. This kind of sounds like the last channel that we did.
The last channel that we did, this is the same channel. I just changed it to mine because I wanted to keep my 20 subscribers.
Okay.
So anyone who was here for the podfix, sorry, this is what the channel's become now. Maybe I'll release a texting story sometime. My other best friend told me to. Anyways, Bully comes in and is like, oh my god, I cannot believe you guys must be dating. I fucking hate you, F-slur. You guys are gay and stupid homos. I don't know exactly what he said, but he was pretty homophobic, okay? And then Nico's like, we're not dating, please. And Nico's biggest fear right now is Will getting hurt. He's like, we're not dating. And then Will's like, just pulls Nico in and kisses him in the middle of the lunchroom in front of the bully. And then Nico shoves him away. And Nico's like, what the frixicle, bro? Why would you do that? And the bully's like, oh, so you guys are a pair of homos. And then basically beats them so badly. Beat. Especially Nico. Will, a little bit, okay? But Will is fine. He kind of got unscathed. But Nico was completely beat. We also find out in this segment that the bully has kissed Nico before.
Oh.
Anyways, beat.
I don't remember that.
I didn't tell you that part because I just remembered that part while I'm reenacting this story. Beat. All right. Now, he's beat them so much that Nico has ended up in the hospital in a coma.
Damn.
And Will is sitting by his bedside. Nico's in a coma for 1 week. Wakes up. Will's been there for a week. Barely moved, unshowered, unbrushed his teeth, probably barely pissing and eating. And
I don't think it's unbrushed his teeth.
he's unbrushed his teeth. He's not brushing. That makes perfect sense.
That's not the right term.
That makes perfect sense. So
You do not say unbrushed teeth.
yes, you do. You say unbrushed teeth. My teeth are unbrushed. That's what you would say.
You don't say unbrushed his teeth. That's what you said. That's not the correct phrasing.
Listen to this nerd trying to be grammatically correct. I'm not writing a fanfic right now. I'm not going to be grammatically correct. I'm talking. So, anyways, Nico wakes up and he's like, ugh, I'm dying. And then Will's like, oh, that sucks for you. I'll get the nurse. He gets the nurse. Nico's in the hospital for another week. So they are gone for a total of 2 weeks. Their parents have not visited once. No adults were contacted. Nothing. They're just here for 2 weeks. Then Nico goes home. And then Will goes home. And his mom is like, where have you been for 2 weeks? Why have you not contacted us? And she's like, you've been missing for 2 weeks. You're grounded for 1 day. Perfect punishment. Honestly, if my child was missing for even like 1 day, I would probably try to contact them or contact the police. But, you know, I mean, different strokes for different folks, as Ike Hirose would say.
Yup.
Nico goes home, and his dad's like, where have you been for 2 weeks? And Nico's like, the hospital. And his dad was like, oh, okay. And just, it's fine. But, since Nico's
I feel
been...
like this is a common occurrence.
Common occurrence that he's been in the hospital. Here's my Toys R Us Pip-Lip. Got a Toys R Us when I'm still open. Anyway, so Nico goes home. And Nico talks to his dad, and his dad's like, fine. Even though his dad could have moved Nico out of the school that he's getting beaten anytime, he waits till his son gets into a coma to finally move him out of the school into the school that Nico's sister is in, Hazel, which would have been easier because then you're just doing one ride for the kids and you're not dealing with 2 different schools. So why the fuck would you not be doing that already? You know, it's okay. So both of them are going to this school, and they make friends with Percy and Annabeth and Jason and frickin' the whole gang. Alright, now, mind you, these kids are like 14, 15. I do not know how old they are, okay? So then they go to this new, okay, they're going to this new school and they make the friends, okay? And then what they're doing is Percy goes, do you guys want to go to the beach? We can rent a beach house. And we can all hang out for a couple days with a beach vacation. No adults, I guess. Like 14, 15, 16-year-olds, no adults here. I don't know if that's legal to send them to the beach. But Nico and Will end up sharing a bed. I don't recall if they made out or something. Maybe. I can't remember. It's been a year. I feel like a moment where they would, like the author would put that make out. But if they did make them make out, it wasn't very good. It was probably worse than my makeout scenes. Which, I gotta say, for the very first time, I got a comment on, someone was like, your makeout scene made me flustered. And I was like, it did? Oh, I can't write makeout scenes. It makes me so uncomfortable the whole time. I gotta get better though. But it's also like, do I want to write kids making out? It's kind of weird. So, anyways, they go to this beach and they're on the beach. And mind you, Nico is reading a book, right? He's reading a book on the shoreline. And if we're too hypothetical, this is like maybe like a beach. I don't know where they would be. Maybe like an artificial beach because it's in New York, because I think they live in New York. I don't know. This is not a beach that would be crazy, okay? And if it was a beach where it would have crazy weather, it would be closed because there's regulations with that. I don't know why I'm saying all that, maybe you'll find out later. So, Will's in the water playing with Perseus Jackson. This is gonna be Percy Jackson for the moment because I don't have a Percy Jackson. So Will's in the water with Perseus Jackson, and they're playing, and then Will's like, uh-oh, my feet are stuck in the sand. The sand is sticky. And I'm just genuinely like, I don't think sand is sticky, and I think you would have to be really trying to dig your feet in there for your feet to be stuck in the sand. Mind you, he's like wading through the water. He's not fully in the water. He can touch the ground as his feet are stuck on the ground. So, I don't know how. Percy tries to get Will unstuck. And so he dives down, tries to unstick his feet, and he tries like once. He's like, not working. Okay. Then Will looks off in the distance and sees a giant freaking wave and goes, oh my god, there's a wave. Okay. So then Percy's like, oh no. And Will's like, leave. Save yourself. Okay. So Percy leaves. And while Will is sitting there stuck in the water, we have enough time for Percy to walk back out of the water, tell everyone, and for everyone to pack up their towels, umbrellas, their beach stuff, and all carry it to shoreline. We have all that time to pack up all those objects and put them away, okay? And Will's still stuck in the water and no one's coming to help him. Then, as the wave is right about to hit Will, that's when Nico's like, oh my god, he's about to get hit by a freaking wave. And he's trying to run in to save him because at least someone is trying. And Jason's like, no, Nico, it's not worth it. And pulls Nico while he's pulling Nico and screaming while Nico's screaming. And so Will gets hit by not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 waves. You ruined the joke. But 7 waves and dies. Drowns. Mind you, this is a fic about Solangelo in high school, and there's never been hinting at anything where Will would fucking die at the end. It was literally a normal fic for Wattpad. And then at the very, very last chapter, Will gets fucking dead by 7 waves. Okay. Got it. Now Will's laying on the rocks, bloody. And Nico, after the waves calm down, manages to see Will's bloody, mangled body on the rocks. Instead of maybe trying CPR, calling the police, ambulance, or I don't think Will would get that bloody when he was really close to the shore. But not trying to give him CPR, man, or something. Instead, he just holds his body and he starts singing. You guessed it. Twin Skeletons Hotel in New York City by Fall Out Boy. And it ends with the lyrics. And then the authors know. And the author goes, story complete! Exclamation point, exclamation point. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm still laughing about it now because I have never laughed harder in my life. Genuinely never. Like, freaking... just this crazy ass story, and then at the end Will just fucking dies, bro. I was laughing for 2 hours after that, by the way. I couldn't stop. It was so funny. And the funniest part was looking at the comments of all the Wattpad girlies, and they're like, oh my god, that's so sad. Why would you kill him? And I'm just laughing so hard because it was so freaking funny. Like, genuinely. Imagine doing that. Imagine writing a whole ass story, and because you wanted your story to finish or something, you just kill off the main character. Anyways, I didn't show you a lot of cards, but here's my $50 Electros card I pulled from Ascended Heroes. I think it's Ascended Heroes. Yeah, and that's the story of 7 waves.